Hello and welcome to Board Stupid. My name's Wayne.
And I'm Matt.
And it's time for another episode of
The Hype Factor!
Hype Factor March Edition. March Edition Hype Factor. Oh my gosh. They keep racing past.
Yes. And we're getting close to UKG, and then we're going to get close to Gen Con and Spiel. So that's
the
hype is going hype
increases.
and hype.
And this series, if you don't know what it is, this is our pick every single month of 5 cool games that are coming out at retail this year.
Yep, retail.
Retail, and allegedly.
Well,
this
that's
year.
all the information that we
got.
If
Probably this year.
If they get pushed back, not our fault.
Not our fault. Board game industry stuff. It happens all the time.
Yep.
But currently announced the 2025 releases, all these retail games, hopefully some stuff slightly under the radar, maybe some stuff that you've heard of. But if you want to hear the 5 that we've picked this month, then maybe consider...
Hit the subscribe button.
Otherwise known as the hype button.
Yeah, exactly.
That makes that noise when you press the button.
It does. Try it.
Try it, exactly. Oh, wow. And then let's dive into this
let's dive
episode.
in.
Rolling dice, feeling nice. Cardboard dreams and game schemes. Click subscribe, it's a vibe. Board Stupid's all we need. Board Stupid, game reviews for you and me. Board Stupid, here's what you should play and see.
Okay, the first one for this month is, of course, a two-player games, because it seems like
This is
it's
the year.
2025, it's
the duel game.
two-player game. Now, some are good, some are bad, some we don't know because we haven't played them yet. Like, for example,
Furnace Duel. But what I have
Another
played...
Duel.
Yeah, another Duel. But what I have played is Furnace.
Yes.
And who I really like is Ivan Lashin, who is also the designer of Smartphone. One of my favourite games of all time. And Furnace is an amazing game that I've only played a few times, but the times that I've played it, I really, really liked. Why, Matt? Because it utilises bidding. And bidding...
and that is always one of our favorite
things is bidding.
mechanics.
And
Yes.
bidding is really fun. You can outbid people, but if you outbid them for the thing, the building, the piece of machinery that you want, they will get some compensation from you. And this is the same thing in this game. Utilizes those similar systems. We've got money discs of different value. You're placing them to bid on the things, the cards that you want. If you outbid someone, they'll get something out of it, and then you can plan for that as well. You can maybe bid low to maybe get pushed out to the
it's going to be interesting to see how the because bidding at two-player is always tricky, but we'll see how that works. It's one of those mechanics that normally you will have the more the better.
Yes.
So this one we'll have to see how it goes, but it's interesting. Again, it's another Duel to add to the list of this year, because just like it's never ending. But this comes with a big name attached. It's gonna be the same designer.
Yes, Ivan Lashin.
So that kind of like it tells you that it's not just a rip-off of a famous game. So hopefully.
Absolutely, I really like Furnace, and I think this could be a really cool duel game if done correctly.
Furnace Duel.
Okay, Matt, we're not going to break the habit of a lifetime. This is another two-player game because this is the year of the two-player game.
Yeah, it seems like that every game that's been announced,
Every other game
like
is
it's
two-player
coming out, is a two-player game. Some of them are Duel or Duo or stuff like that. The next one we're talking about is a completely new IP, new creation from a newish studio, from Studio Age, that is kind of like the all-star studio that Hachette Game put together.
With Matago as president.
Yeah, and we got a fresh new designer, Hugo Frenet.
Yeah.
Never done anything before, so well done for getting
signed up by Studio Edge.
and the game we're talking about is Leaders. Now, from what we understand of this game, it's going to be a sort of like little skirmish one versus one with these standees instead of minis, of course, because we want. We don't need 1 million minutes. I need 1 million minutes, but I do understand
everyone
that
needs
not
1 million
everyone does. With this kind of like card drafting that you're gonna use the card to do action, and you're basically trying to maneuver around in this little arena with your leaders or your champions and trying to capture or defeat
the leader, the other opponent's leader, but
opposite
surrounding them is almost chessy, I guess, in some sort of ways. You're trying to surround the king or stop them moving, right, or just trying to capture them.
You were right when you're saying it gives us a little bit of unmatched.
Vibes of Unmatched. Like if you've played Unmatched, it looks like it might be like that, but maybe more Euro, more like an abstract strategy in that way.
Yeah, exactly. And each champion will have a different power, so you can probably build your team as you want to try to defeat the opponent. Again, it's a 1 versus 1 game. It doesn't look too extremely complex. Again, when the rules come out, we'll see. But knowing Studio 8, knowing Hachette, it's gonna be it'll be mega complex.
Yeah, it'll be accessible.
Trying to, especially with their own studio, to do a little bit more accessible.
I like the idea of creating a team and then trying to go against your team. That sounds like a fun thing to do. So we'll find out more about leaders, but the artwork looks fantastic. Yeah, I like the idea of this sort of unmatched adjacent type thing.
Yeah, we'll see how we play.
We'll see how it goes.
Leaders. For the next one, we got a game that we actually were lucky enough to see a secret preview last year at Spiel, but we couldn't say anything. So now we can talk about Limit.
Limits by Ludenolt looks absolutely fantastic. This looks right up my stars. This is a Wayne kind of game.
It's nice, heavy Euro.
Nice, medium heavy Euro. But this is looks like an economy game. The idea is that you are competing nations trying to create a sustainable country, a sustainable nation over a period of 7 generations, all the way up to sort of 2060.
Yeah, so it's starting from the 1800s
into like the near future. It utilizes sort of this 3-phased approach. You've got a political phase where you're going to be managing cards, drafting cards, etc., making decisions about your future plan. You've got your social phase where you need to react to those decisions. So you're going to pay the price for your bad decision making.
Of course, done by the parents.
Exactly. They made bad decisions. Now you've got to pay. Normally consuming resources, your resource management, and then you've got like an international phase where there's going to be crises that everyone will have to deal with. Have you prepared well for the next war, famine, problem, energy crisis?
Exactly. So you're basically competing nations trying to thrive as much as possible, but always keeping an eye on what's happening on a global scale.
And then maybe have some alliances with people as well. So there's always something that you'll need to consider, not just the crises and the geopolitical system, but also what your partners and
exactly.
your friends around the table are doing.
So again, this one I think is going to be, as you say, medium heavy to heavy. We're trying to get even more information. So the copy that we saw was like a very basic starting to take shape. But we'll definitely follow this one because we think this could be. It
could be a sleeper hit, I think. I really do think so, especially when you have this whole geopolitical thing, probably inspired by the folks that did what was the big geopolitical game? Hegemony, by the Hegemonic Project. Kind of they started that whole revolution. This is kind of following on, where you've got like even points at the end about your GDP, your happiness, your financial power, your military.
But we see that kind of games got their own niche, and the like for Hegemony, it's like the heavier the better. And we saw how well World Order did last year. That they break the Kickstarter, or the people went all in for it, and fair enough, because they are really, really good game.
With great thinking behind it.
With all that political and sociological things behind it. So absolutely, we think that this one could be a big hit for the year.
Could be special. We'll keep an eye on it.
Limit.
Matt, so they say the real drama in Star Wars isn't in the battles, it's in the politics.
It is.
It's in all of that, the Galactic Senate and all that good stuff. And this is a game that features some of that and your fleet and all sorts of things in space.
Yeah, but it's not Star Wars.
It's not
We're
Star
talking about Transgalactica.
The new one from Devir.
Yeah.
Who keeps smashing out hits.
So About this game, the artwork looks pretty quirky.
Yeah.
I read some comments. Some of the people don't like it. I think it's really quirky. It's different from other
cool.
things. Then you like it, you don't like it. Anyway,
That's all.
the game itself is basically you are one of the several fleets in the universe, and you're trying to compete with the others, and you're trying to influence the galactic senate with your people, with the worker placement, and that kind of stuff. And at the same time, you're trying to build up your fleet to be bigger, to be better, to be
Better
faster.
technology, all
Yes.
that sort of stuff. Maybe even send your representatives to the Senate. So
And all of this with an engine building
Yeah.
and a promise of a high interaction between the players. That
Love
is
that.
that for me is what makes
very
or
important to
break
you.
a Euro game.
Yeah.
The Veer, in terms of Euro games, in the last few years, they one after the other,
Yeah, chuck 'em
one
out.
after the other, and they haven't missed a bit. So I think that all eyes are gonna be on Transgalactica.
I think so.
And this one is, I don't know. I can't wait to play it. It
Seems
so
really cool.
Yeah.
I like the idea. I love worker placement, and this utilizes the different worker types.
Yeah, so you got
different types of workers will do different stuff.
bigger or smaller or
Maybe,
different
or
type.
yeah.
There's been a trend in the last few years. We saw it in different games.
Saw it in a few games like Mutation as well. It is a cool. I think the concept sounds fun. I like the idea of it. Any sort of space exploration game we like. The only thing I wish is that it's not in a tiny DeVere box. Give me a
It's gonna be.
Give me a proper box.
No, it's
please.
going to be. You know, Devere likes to pack everything in a
a
small
real tiny
box.
dang it.
But I heard that people like small boxes. I
Do
like
they?
big
I like big
boxes.
boxes. Anyway,
We don't have problems with space. No, we do have
we
problems.
don't have problems with space.
So, yeah, Transgalactica. We'll keep an eye on it. Last but not least is another Osprey game. After last month we presented Katmai.
Yeah.
This next one is a re-implementation or a second version or
second version?
reimagination
Yeah.
of,
General Orders.
but
In Japan. So Matt was like, yes, definitely. And I said yes as well. So this is General Orders Sangoku Jidai. So this is based off the General Orders template by Trevor Benjamin and David Thompson,
Yep.
same design team behind the Undaunted series.
yes,
So great design pedigree. And this is a two-player game. So
again,
we've gone back to the two-player games.
but at least doesn't have duel or duo in the name.
It does
thank
not.
God.
And General Orders, the original one was World War
Yeah,
themed,
World War
II
themed,
themed. And the whole idea being a really small, travelable, well, not quite pocket size, but travelable two-player worker placement game. And I love that as a concept. And utilising a little bit of area control as well, a little bit of area movement, where you're placing workers out to control different areas of the board. Very simple, but really, really cool. And I like the idea of this being set in Japan's Sengoku period as a kind of sequel in some ways to the World War II version.
I want to see how they introduce new mechanics, because of course there's no guns, so there's going to be like cavalry.
You've got
I guess,
siege
and
weaponry
there's-
across, you've got waterways, you've got ships, you've got that sort of thing
that
as well,
sounds-
apparently.
yeah.
So that seems really, really cool. And like, I really liked General Orders as a nice, very thinky two-player experience.
It is. It's not even. It's thinky, but not too heavy.
And not too long either.
Yeah. So
Like-
you can smash a game probably in half an hour.
You can play that and enjoy it.
So again, I will be way more attired to the Japan
Japan
version.
theme
I
than
think
the World War II
I think
theme.
this is gonna get on this table. 'cause
This one will probably make Matt spend money. If you put a Japan theme on it, Matt's like,
Yeah,
I'll
here
take
we
it.
go. Here's my money.
There we go.
But yeah, General Order
Sengoku Jidai.
Shindaru.
So that was March's episode of
The I Factor.
We're back. Oh my gosh. And we do these all the way up until August.
Well,
That's the last one normally.
That's gonna be the May one is gonna be the pre UKG. The September one is gonna be the
Spiel,
pre,
and then we don't do any after
But yeah,
that.
again, we'll give you all ideas on how you could spend your money. So if you see something interesting, maybe you want to save that little money for one of those games, or if you know already about these games, well, yeah, what should we put in this list next month?
Absolutely. Let us know in the comments below which of the games that we featured in this video you like the most, and what else should we be looking out for as we go up towards the ever-approaching Spiel 2025. And if you've already put that money away and you've got a few more pounds to spare, well, then maybe consider...
The Patreon link is down in the description, and you can support the channel as well. So you can support us playing game to show you how you need to spend your money on games. It's just kind of like a wheel. Like,
it's a wheel. It's a never-ending wheel.
But hey, that's what it is. And otherwise, you can hit the subscribe button, as that is free and it's always
it generates hype. It generates hype. It's a hype button. Press it. Other than that, you can always check out the rest of our videos, and we'll see you at the next one.
Ciao.
Game reviews for you and me. Here's what you should play and see.